That's Miller's fourth foul.
Now I would think Davis and Curtis are switching offense-defense. I would think Davis is probably your better free throw shooter.
Wirtz gets that one. 3 for 5. All of them in this overtime. 7 points. Curtis back in the ball game for the Blue Devils. Wirtz gets that one. Wirtz 8 points off the bench. Back to a 9-point lead. We're under 30 seconds. Scherpenberg, three-pointer. No good, and rebounded by Overbeck. And he's tied up and fouled. They're going to call it on Colin Bonekemper. That's his third. You're going to put Overbeck at the line. Overbeck. Makes that one. We got him unofficially 5 for 7 tonight. 10-point lead. And now the largest lead of the night by any team at 11.
And again, Bill, Reading making those free throws when they count. That's how you win championships.
Scherpenberg. And that's put back in by Miller, but it's going to be too little too late now. The Indian Hill Braves are going to drop their first game of the season. Curtis to Stidham. That's it. Icing on the cake. Rodney Stidham with the basket. And Reading with the 70-59 win over Indian Hill. The Braves lose their first game of the season, their first CHL game of the season. They go to 9-1 in the conference. Reading moves to 8-2 in the conference. As we said before, they're going to need a little help if they're going to be conference champions this year. But to do it, you got to beat the team that's ahead of you, and they did it tonight.
Yeah, great game, absolutely as advertised. Two excellent teams, just played a great game, winning overtime. Just an excellent effort by both teams. All right, we're going to step out here for just a second. We're going to take a deep breath here. We're going to come back with our post game. We'll be talking to Rich Benjamin, and Ed and I will talk a little bit here about what players we want to see. We'll be right back.
I'm a sophomore in college this year. Man, if you had known me when I was a sophomore in high school, nobody could tell me anything. I gave all my teachers a bad time. They all gave up on me, except my English teacher.
8 years teaching high school English, 10 years in recovery for alcohol addiction.
To be or not to be?
I got help.
That's it right there.
When you get help, who knows just who you'll help along the way.
For drug and alcohol information and treatment referral for you or someone you know, call 1-800-662-HELP.
Take you to places no other vehicle can, to strange worlds and even stranger life forms, to the silicon landscapes of tomorrow's supercomputers. This incredible vehicle can take you as far as your ability and imagination will allow, but only if you don't bail out. So stay in school. This message was brought to you by the United States Air Force.
Back here at Reading High School, where the Blue Devils have come up with a big win over Indian Hill, 70-59. Coach, what a game here. I don't know where to start right now. You're behind the whole game up until, what, maybe about 2 minutes ago in the game. You take the lead for the first time. Big baskets here by Eddie Wirtz. We'll talk to him in a second. But this is a big game coming in. You needed this game badly tonight.
Yeah, we needed the game badly for the CHL run. And They're a game ahead of us now. They're obviously a very talented team, and they're a well-coached team. We thought it was going to be a tremendous game, and they got tremendous firepower and some things. We battled a little bit with our offense. I don't think we played just too well, and I think give credit to Indian Hill. I think they came out and did some things where we needed to maybe adjust and set and use a little bit better. But like I said, it was a tremendous game. We thought it was going to be a game in this fashion, and when they got up on us pretty big, we kind of wanted to – we were getting beat on dribble penetration a little bit, and we kind of wanted to switch to a couple other defenses we've been working on. But when we got down, we really couldn't do that, and we talked about it on the bench, my staff and I. If we could get it within a couple, we were going to maybe switch it up a little bit on them and go a little matchup, which we've been working on a little bit. And I think the kids, for the amount of time that we had prepared for things like that, the kids, my guys did a great job on executing it.
Ed Davis was talking about in the fourth quarter, you went to the zone. You man-to-man most of the game. You go to that zone in fourth quarter. He thought that that's not exactly what you wanted to do at that stage of the game, but I guess you wanted to prevent that perimeter shooting them.
Well, no, I mean, we don't play much zone. We're 95% man, but we've got some other junk defenses we've been working on for different things that we may meet, this year. And so we've been working on this throughout the year, and then we hit it a little bit harder. So we actually did want to go to – I thought we were getting broken down a little bit on some penetration and some things that kind of hurt us. So, but we really couldn't when we were down 8, 10 points, So if we could get it within 2, I said we were going to make that switch. And the matchup's real similar to our man defense. Our one contain that we run in our matchup zones are pretty much the same, and just a little different from our one regular defense.
Unfortunately, Justin Brinkman got foul trouble. Was on the bench tonight quite a bit. You were playing quite a bit of this game. One post player, basically 4 guards out on the floor.
Well, we've kind of done that. Last year we were very accustomed to that, and Jeremy really stepped up for us, as you well know, in our little tournament run of the regional last year, and he was big there, so he's comfortable with that role and doing some things, and so we do some 4-out, 1-in things, and this can be a very good team in that fashion too. Many times we start the 2 big boys, but throughout the game we rotate them at times. So again, that is something that we know that we may have to become accustomed to.
Okay, listen, the stars of the game. You picked them, and I think well-deserving. You're 5 seniors right here. So I'm going to step back right here. I want to talk to these big guys right here. You had to battle a big guy in there in Will Nolte tonight, and you guys went back and forth, and I don't know how many fouls there was on the inside there, but I'll ask Jeremy right off the bat here, what was it like working with this guy underneath there?
Felt like just going up against a big old truck. That's about it. Just use your feet, work it around him best you can. That's what you have to do.
Justin, you had a couple of good baskets on him early on in the game, but he's just a big. He stands in the middle. He's a big guy in there, but it's hard to defend too.
Yeah, he's a good player and very big, very strong, and it's hard to get around him the way we want to play our defense. But you got to move your feet, you got to be quick, and that's the only way to guard that man.
I'm going to step back over here. I'm going to step over on the guard side. These guys are a little more my size anyway over here. So Mason and Rodney, they're one guy, Madden, in there. He got into foul trouble early on, and I think I made a difference because he sat most of that first half.
Yeah, that was big because he was really hurting us on the dribble penetration, in which we had to go to the zone. And it was a good thing that he got into foul trouble and sit him down. And,
we were saying before that if towards the end of the game, if you want it in the hands, it's you 2 guys, the two of the better foul shooters on the team right here, and it certainly did. And Rodney, a lot of big foul shots toward the end there.
Well, we shoot quite a few of them in practice, so Coach expects us to make them, and we pulled through.
Now I'm saving this guy here in the middle for last right here. Eddie Wirtz, 8 points off the bench, and not only 8 points, but you had a couple of real crucial rebounds in there. You got fired up for this game.
Yeah, I couldn't lose to him 3 times in one season, from football and basketball, and I just couldn't do it.
And there you get that man with a mission out here. And I think more importantly, towards the end of the game there, unbelievably, you got Will Nolte on his 5th foul, and what a 7-inch difference in there, and put him out of the game, which was big.
Yeah, he's a big guy, and I just work hard, try to get around him, and he got his foul, and that's what happened.
Well, I tell you what, we'll step back here with Coach. Coach, we got the draws coming up, and some of the people are going to see this game, and the draws have already happened. How do you see? We've talked to some coaches here in Sportsview the last couple of weeks. How do you see Reading coming out in the draw?
Well, you know, we got another game yet, and some other games have to happen. I know there's some guys. Georgetown, I think, has 4 losses, and so does Ripley. And we're 13-2 right now. I think we'll probably either get a 2 or 3 seed, I would think, and then we'll just see how it goes from there. A lot can happen, and we gotta wait and cross that bridge when we get there Saturday. But we talked about that a lot in our